everybody, how are you? Are you well today? Before we start, early morning warning. This might kind of disappear in mid-air because I'm expecting a call from the doctors. So I've deliberately not put my phone on airplane mode. Just people today, I deliberately didn't remember. So if it all goes oh, I've just cricked my neck. If it all goes like that, then that's why. So if it's if it all goes like that, then I'm afraid it's a short do today. So we'll have to see. I'll come on to Chrissy in 2 seconds. So how are you all? How are you feeling today? I've been in the cupboard and got my game face. It's been another one of those weeks. Oh yes, it has. It's been another week like bedlam, and it's only Tuesday. I don't even know what day it is. I never know what day it is. So we've got, assuming that we don't get a phone call and get dissected, we've got a packed schedule today with some thank yous, some shout outs, some photos. We've got all kinds of things. So don't forget, make sure that you give this a like. We need everybody to give it a like. Oh, I've got hiccups. Gather myself together. And don't forget, if you're watching it on replay, don't forget to subscribe. So you might have seen me yesterday going out and getting rather wet in Blackpool, because as you can see, the sky is a little grey outside. It's not, I don't think, I'm just looking. No, it's not raining today. The window's mucky. So that's nothing unusual on this course. It was mucky last week, I can tell you. You couldn't see through them. So yesterday it was wet in Blackpool, but we went out looking to see what the preparations are for Christmas, because of course, and this calls for a drum roll. Christmas is arriving in Blackpool on Friday. So there's all kinds of things going off. If you want to know what, you need to look at the video. It's in the description underneath here. I'll put it in the comments. I'll just make a note. Blackpool video link, because you know that by the time we finish talking, I'll have forgotten. So there's loads of things happening, So it's all very exciting, and especially when all this grey cloud sort of blows off. It'll be lovely. It'll be really nice. So yes, I've dried out Dazza. I was damp, to say the least, when I got back home. So where shall we begin? We shall begin at the beginning with T-Boy. Round of applause. Hello. Round of applause for T-Boy. Come on, quick sticks. Say hello to your fans.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. And the other T-Boy in training has his own fan club. There's only one person in it at the moment. Himself? No, that's not true. Sue's not with us today because she's on shift. She's working in Home Bargains in Cleveland. But Sue, give Sue a shout out, Kevin.
Hello, Sue. I have cheerleaders.
Yes. He's got his very own fan club.
Fan club.
He's got his very own fan club. Got to this age and just discovered he's got a fan club. So what was I going to say then? Yes, we'll start at the beginning. Right, we'll start at the beginning with Chrissy, shall we? I don't know why, but the people that have put T-Boy, the message is help for review. How bizarre! How could you two possibly read any other connotations into T-Boy? T-shirt, cup of tea. Anyway, Chrissy. So the chest is rumbling on, the royal chest. So I think it's becoming increasingly apparent as time progresses that the problem seems to be somewhere around about the bottom of her rib cage. So she sounds as if she's congested in a bad way. and currently the pain is on, you know what I'm like for left and right, it's on this side here at the bottom of her ribs. So she's currently laid in bed. I think she's getting up a bit later this afternoon. She's currently laid in bed in one position, don't move, because when she moves it's painful. And when she coughs, she sounds like she smokes about 250 a day, and there's green coming up. So I put a call into the doctors, and we are waiting for somebody to ring back. So that's why we may become at some point. So get well soon, Chrissy, because number one, everybody's missing you. Number two, we've got things to do. And number three, I'm missing my video mate. I'm missing my video mate to come out doing things. But we've got a plan, because she don't feel poorly. She feels fine on herself. It's just this pain, and it's sort of moving around as well. So hopefully they'll either send some tablets or a stick to beat her with. Might be a bit radical. And while we're on the subject of people not feeling well, obviously it goes without saying that we send a big virtual hug to anybody else that's not feeling too clever. And I'd like to send a get well soon to Brenda as well, who is my friend Brenda, because she's been under the weather as well. She's been having an epic migraine that's just gone on and on and on and on and on and on. Oh, thank you, Senga. How lovely. Senga sent me a hug for us and for Chrissy. That's lovely, thank you. Yeah, so I've got a little bit of a plan, June, for tomorrow, when I've been to Cleveland's Market. So I'm hoping that Brenda feels better soon as well, because she's got the lights, she's got the headache, she's got the. So get your skates on, Bren. So anybody else, this is not a party political broadcast for emptying your piggy bank, but you'll notice that Senga's put this lovely little teddy bear on the screen with a hug, with a heart. So don't forget, we are a very small but perfectly formed business doing our best, and that's one way in which you can repay us, by buying super chats and super stickers. So on the subject of people not being well, perfect timing from Linda. Ta-da! Linda has sent Chrissy a get well card, and it says it's literally just come at, it was about 12:30 when I picked the post up. Hope you'll get back on track soon, from Linda in Kilmarnock. Isn't that nice? That's lovely. If anybody, yes, round of applause. If anybody wants to send anything silly to me, and in Kilmarnock or Cornwall, you could always send it via the community centre in Cleveland, because obviously I should be there on a Wednesday with the market. So it occurred to me that, because I know Leroy on Helen's Crowd and Loud, he has his drop-off point at the £1 Burger Man's. But it occurred to me that we could use the community centre as a drop-off point. So if you ever want to leave anything for me, if you don't know our address, feel free, and they will pass it on. We could have our own cupboard, couldn't we? So that's that. Right, so mugs. You will have seen, those of you that are watching live will know all about the bat mug, but the ones of you that are watching on catch up may want your own Brew at 2 cup, and then you can be part of the gang. The bats are a little bit out of shot today, but they're here, they're with us. They're still hung up on the string, look. And I was just dashing about, so I didn't get a chance to put them out. So this is the bat map, and everybody that buys a bat mug goes on the bat map, and I have to think very carefully, because there's a bit of a tongue twist to that one. I have to be careful, I say the right thing in the right order. So Mark Murphy, Cheeky Chops, as he is known to us, has bought, he's already got one cup, he's bought another cup for his wife. So Janice is on the map. Let's see if we can find a pin. Let's have a look in the back bag for a pin. Let's stick the pin on the map. Pretty pink one for you, Janice. Pretty pearly pink pin. I think I'm getting ready for some more pins, actually. I think, actually, we're getting ready for a tidy up on this map. If we run out of space, we're going to end up covering the Orkney Isles up here. Right, Janice, there you go, my love. You're on the map. Janice in Blackpool, next to Sarah. Sarah's a fairly new one. I found that one all right, yeah. Blackpool is there. Even I know that. Even I know that. There you go. So that's Janice. So as is customary, we will give Janice a round of applause. So there you go, Janice. You are now one of us. So right, let's get on to the. Yes, that's what I said, Desert. We can have a post box at the community centre. In fact, if I make a post box, is there going to be any post in it though? That's the question, isn't it? That's the thing. That's the thing. Because there's no point having a post box if nobody posts anything.
Bomb.
Did you hear that? I don't know. I don't know the things I have to put up with. Right, so what's been going off this week? Well, Kevin, T-Boy in training, come here.
What have I done now?
Got the swatter.
Oh, what have I done
I've
now?
got the swatter ready.
What
Now
have I
then,
done
quite
now?
a few of you have tried.
To make a list of these.
Yes, I make a list of your misdiscretions. Quite a few of you have tried.
Ow! Oh!
To join our new back group.
Ow!
And the
Ow.
daft bat, you're not supposed to say ow before I hit you.
Okay, right, hit me then. Ow! Is that better?
That's better.
Oh.
Quite a few of you have tried to join it.
Never even
And-
touched her.
And
Just joking.
there's something wrong in the mechanics. Would you like to explain yourself?
What's wrong?
What's wrong?
What's wrong?
Well, I keep putting comments on saying, is everybody there? Are you listening to me? Hi, people. And nobody answers.
You're blocked. Next question. Ow. Could do better.
Is anybody getting any email alerts? Because the idea is that once you've joined,
Somebody talked to me.
yes, your number one fan talked to you, didn't she?
Yes, she did.
She did.
I can't make it tomorrow.
Nudge, wink, wink. Come back, I've not finished.
Oh,
with
they're
you.
not done. She's not done with me.
So the idea of the exercise is that when anybody puts things on, well, we're coming on to that, Jimbo. When anybody
Can't see that, Jimbo.
puts a comment on, then it should, exactly, Laura's had no notifications at all. You should get an email
Oh,
notification.
sorry, Laura. Are you on?
Because otherwise you wouldn't know that people have actually posted something.
If anybody's having any trouble, they can get in touch with me.
Can you sort mine out for me then, please?
Yes, I didn't see your post.
Exactly.
It's not there.
Exactly. June's tried to join but has not had anything.
It's not looking good, is it?
I'd just like to say, yes, he does this for a living. I'd just like to say that people, you are beta testing this, which sounds very posh, for making it work when it's all going wrong.
I think what that means is I get a beating when it
Correct.
goes
The beta
wrong.
testing, yes.
I'll fix it.
Yes, is
I'll
going to
fix
fix it. But the people, yes, Lorna's having no notifications.
Oh, I'm going to fix it.
Bye bye. Yeah, sort it out, Kev. So the idea is that it's a bit like any kind of social media platform. You join and have a membership, and you can put your own little picture in and do all the rest of it, just like you would join Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, WhatsApp, anything else that you might use on the internet. And then once you've done that, once you've got your own personal profile, you'll then join the back group, which is us.
Can people send me an email?
Yes, can you send Kevin an email?
Not had any notifications.
I'll put it in the comments afterwards. It's Kevin at the Rabbit Patch
Because I will be able to look at their email address when they send me an email.
.co.uk. So I'll put that in the comments. Yes, maybe Kevin's the only one that's bad, says only me. He wants barring. So email Kevin, and then he can deal with it direct, and he can resolve it, because you know what I'm like, a dog with a bone, and I won't rest until it's sorted out, because once we've sorted it out between us, the world's our oyster. You never know.
We've got big plans.
Yeah, you could be looking at the next Mark Zuckerberg, and that's just me. John's not got... Yes, I did get your notification, John. I've got a list of notifications that were handed over to the technical department, who has failed in this basic task.
John?
Yes. Yes, the world is your lobster. The world is your lobster.
I've not seen John.
So that's that.
Sorry about the noise.
Yes, T-Boy is just... We've got a little bit of a pile of orders, which is brilliant, for Christmas. So T-Boy's busy making things. So the noise you can hear in the background is the cell loading. It's
Oh, the printers.
very noisy. Not as noisy as the sellotape on the big roll. I don't know whether you've got one of these. If you do a lot of sticking things together, you need to get... Can you pass me the big sellotape thing, please?
No.
I shall do show and tell, yes. You need to get one of these from the pound shop. They're brilliant. They look a little bit like an instrument to torture, but you put your roller tape on it and feed it through, and then you can do that and stick your parcels up. So much easier. So much easier. I've got a little baby one as well that I got from Poundland, and that's very good as well. That's really handy. So yes, I would... Yeah, anyway, digressing. Sellotape. So, that was bats. Yes, going back to the subject of Chrissy, I forgot to tell you that we went to the walk-in centre on Saturday for a chest x-ray, which was, well, so we had our run out in the sunshine. We had a phone call actually in the morning, and they said, the doctor's asked you, yes.
Sorry.
The hospital rang and said, we've got some extra appointments. Would you be able to come today? So we said, yes, we'll get it over and done. So off we trundled, and we had a nice run to Blackpool in the sunshine. It was an absolutely beautiful day. So I'd got her sat in the waiting room in this hospital gown. She looked like Prisoner of Zenda. So it very, very appropriately coloured. It was proper file course green, this gown that she got on. And black socks. Very fetching. So we took her into the x-ray room, and they sent me out because they don't let you be exposed to x-rays. And when she came out, she said, did you hear me screaming? She said, they made me turn on my left side. That one. Made me turn on my left side so that they could do a side view. She said, and I screamed like a pig. So there you go. Anyway, speaking of pigs, nothing connected at all, but we had a bit of a funny incident last week. had a bit of a funny incident in the Brew at tool department, and I don't need to tell you, do I, who the one was that looked a bit funny. Yes, it was T-Boy in training. It was T-Boy in training. The washer bottle thing has been blocked up
On the car.
on the car, so you can't squirt your thingies to make your doodahs clean. So we booked it in for an MOT, a service, and a decoke all at the same time. So T-Boy in training turns up at the garage with the car, with his driving licence and his associated paperwork to get
like to turn up with a car when they have a service.
yeah, to get a hire car, so that he could come back home and he could carry on working, because obviously everything's going wrong at T-Boy Towers. So the guy on the counter said, "I'm sorry, but your driving licence is out of date. I can't give you a car." So it turned out,
Hello,
yes,
hello, hello.
exactly. we had the plod running after him. That's my no more development sticker. What have you done with that?
Oh, sorry.
This is T-Boy's policeman, this, and he carries a sign saying no more development. No more development. So our driving licenses were 5 months out of date. So people, the moral of the story is you should get up in the morning and once, well, Bruce, if anybody that's got a photo card driving license, and I thought everybody had to have one now, they only last for 10 years. So as long as you get up in the morning, and the first thing that I think is, what day is it? And it takes me a while most days to work that out, I'll be honest. So the next thing that you need to think once you've worked out what day it is does my driving license expire this month? Because clearly nobody's going to tell you any other way. We've had nothing. We've had not a cracker. We've had not an email. We've not had a letter. We've had nothing. So, I mean, 10 years. What are you supposed to do? So we both trundled off to the post office on Friday. And both the people in the garage and the people in the post office said that it is a common occurrence. People are continually not having their thing. So there you go. So you need to check.
You want to tell them about me going to the station?
Yeah, I'm gonna do. So you need to check if you've
Got 2 hours to kill.
So if you've got 2 hours to kill. So he's on the phone ringing me saying, "What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do?" I said, "Well, why don't you just go for a walk, pop in a supermarket, have a cup of tea, pass time, and just generally relax and,
Normal thing.
put your feet up and do nothing for 2 hours. They're not going to be that long, surely." He said, "How'd you do that?" So, would you believe he went in Blackpool Police Station to confess? God knows how far he'd walked. And asked whether or not they did tours and could he have a look round because he got 2 hours to kill. I'm surprised. I'm surprised that they didn't get the straitjacket out of him back and strap him up, because he just came from loony bin.
I was serious at the time, but looking back, it was very funny.
It was a very stupid thing to do.
I've got 2 hours to kill.
That husband of mine, honestly, is a wally. So you can't apply for your driving licence online unless you've got a passport. So why would I need a passport? You don't need a passport to go to Fylde. So you've got to go to the post office. So there you go. When we're finished, you can all go and check your driving licences.
I'm legal now.
Oh, your picture.
What?
Picture.
Oh.
Oh, I don't want that. I want the picture.
The picture.
It's a Wally. Anyway, we've been having Creative Corner here at Rabbit Towers. So I've been busy. I've been busy with my Dremel, making dust all over the place. And husband, hi DB. This is the first time that DB has seen this live. Usually watches it on catch up. Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Go on, you do it.
Shall we do the reveal?
Yeah. This is his latest masterpiece. Oh, I think it's bad.
What do you think to that, eh?
Not bad, that is
It
it?
was alive when he started it.
It just died when he started it.
Thought it was a fitting tribute.
Yes. So I've told him, and you'll like this, T-boy.
Sorry, carry on.
Listen,
I've told him that he ought to be drawing, because he's always scratching about saying, what shall I draw, what shall I draw, what shall I draw? I've told him that he ought to be drawing the pictures of the faces of Blackpool. You know, the sort of ice cream sellers and the deck chair sellers and the gypsy on the front and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. And then they'd be relevant. Because, you know, would you really want to put Prince Philip on your wall?
Queen one.
Yeah, send a copy to the Queen. So that's that. So I've been busy as well. I'm going to show you what I've been making. So we're going down in size. And this is my latest invention. It's a little Christmas decoration. I thought it were right natty, that. I thought I'd done a right good job. So that is made from driftwood collected off the beach, and my own fair hands. So I've even made the wreath as well. So I've made the wire and covered it in green and stuck the little leaves on. So I were right pleased with that. And somewhere I've got a stamp that says handmade with love. And can I find it? I can't find it anywhere. Because I thought that would be nice on the back. Handmade with love. It's a little one, little round one. I've looked in every cupboard. I've looked in every drawer. I've looked all over the place. It'll be sat somewhere in a corner laughing at me, I'll tell you. Stephen's just asked about this. I was coming on to this. This is a T-boy masterpiece, this. So I put him on a deadline. Because I collected this driftwood off the beach, and I've got it sat waiting to make into something or other. And he's been doing this for a month. It's been sat on our mantelpiece. And I was sat waiting for him to finish it. So in the end I said, right, you've got a week to finish that. If you don't, I'm having my wood back. Anyway, he's finished it. And it looks like one of our bats has got his eye on it as well. Yes, it is, Stephen. It's not online, so you might be in luck. And then this is a tray of loveliness that I've just completed. So I just need more hours in a day. This is my yellow tray. And on these, look, we've got proper look-alike snow. We've got proper look-alike snow. And this is off Muffin and Coco. So there you go, you see. So I've been busy. I could quite enjoy sitting doing that all day long, if I'm honest. I could enjoy just, you know, whittling and fiddling. So that's what we've been doing. Right. So, Cleveland's Market. Well, it's starting to pick up at a pace. I don't know who he's talking to. Can you hear? Sounds like a ghost. I'm not. I'd be terrible in an open plan office.
Right.
I'd be tuning into everybody's conversation. Just finish my tea.
Okay.
So, Cleveland's Market.
Lovely.
It's starting to gather pace.
Okay.
Last
Lovely
week,
Jane that deals with it. Can I take your contact details in case she needs to get back in touch?
mysterious. Last week was lovely weather. Went
Yeah.
quite well. Lovely to meet lots of you, and I've got a list.
Thank you very much.
I've got a list of
So, see ya.
people that I need to speak to. Oh, with that.
Northwold School.
Oh, it's all right. It's not the doctors. It's not the doctors. So I've got a list of people that I met, which was lovely, and some of you had some pictures taken. So it occurred to me that we could do a meet and greety thing as well. So if you come into the market, I promised that I would give people that I met a shout out. If you want a picture taken, we can do a picture. We can do one on your phone and one on mine, so I can show it out and you can keep it. So I thought that was quite good. Market, we've got loads of new stalls tomorrow. In fact, we've got so many new stalls tomorrow that the lady, Elaine, that's organising it, is talking about having the other room as well inside the community centre. So there's, at last count, when I saw last week, she said there were 16 stalls indoors, plus quite a few new ones outside. There's a plant stall, there's all kinds of things. So just even in a few weeks, it's starting to gather pace, so you need to be there. I might not be there over lunchtime because I'm on nurse duty, because T-Boy is going to see if he's got a heart. Isn't that right, T-Boy?
Yeah, table.
Yeah. Yeah, he's going for his what I haven't done, echocardiogram, which he's been waiting for how long? About 4 years.
Just over 3.
Just over 3 years, yes. So you can't really miss that, can you? So I'm going to have to pop back over lunchtime. So that was that, which brings me neatly on to the shout outs and the photos. I'm going to start here with, and I'm terrible at names, you know what I'm like, don't you? Eileen. This is Eileen. And I'm sorry, Eileen, but I can't, I won't say it's taken off just yet, John, but we're getting there. We're getting there. Lots of hard work gone into it. This is Eileen, and this is somebody whose name I can't quite remember. I'm ever so sorry. I'm ever so sorry. But their son and daughter are married and live in Canada. I'm sure it's Canada. And the son had sent them to the community consultation that we did at St Andrew's Church about 3 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. And the weather was abysmal. So we had a lovely picture taken, and it was really nice to meet them. So that's where I'm going to start. So that's not the market at all. And then this is last week. Now, unfortunately, she shut her eyes, and I didn't know until afterwards. This is Hayley and Matthew Cox from Glossop. And they came to the market last week, and they were on holiday from Glossop in this area. And apparently, I quote, they've been here because of me. It's about that then. So it's lovely to meet people and to put faces to names. So the other ones that we met last week were John and Jennifer Crompton, said Hayley and Matthew. Sue came in, Sue Southern, yes. I'd not met Sue Southern prior to this point, so it was lovely to put the face to the name. And she came in with the mum, Anne. Sorry. Sue's partner is Anne. Oh, I think it might be Sue's wife, actually. I think you might be married. If you're not married, apologies for marrying you off. Sue and her mum Sylvia, get the names the right way around, came in and they walked up to the stall and they said, "We're bats," and I thought, yes, so am I. So that was lovely to put a face to a name. So that it was a lovely day. There was quite a few other people as well that said, "I watched you on YouTube," but I didn't quite catch all the names. So make sure if you come to the market this week that you say hello, you tell me your name, I will write it in my little book, and you can have a shout out next week, because it's lovely to get to know people, and we'll see if we can sort that post box out as well. Right, so that's that. Oh, and the food at the market, I must just tell you about this. I am going to be like that by the time I've finished. Shirley's pies. Now, I've obviously been living under a bush because I'd never heard of Shirley's pies. Apparently, the legendary. Hi, Crispy. Apparently, the legendary, and I can't say that I've ever heard of them, but they are literally full to the top. So I had a Cornish pasty for my lunch, which was very nice, and then I took a pork pie home, which we shared, cut it into 4, and then we had a piece of millionaire shortcake. Well, you know me and my sweet tooth. It was delicious. The pie and the Cornish pasty were both lovely, but the millionaire slice was delightful. I can't say any other. They're very big, so we cut it into 4, and a quarter was, I mean, I could have eaten half easily, but a quarter was plenty. So we've also got, go on, what's her name? Is she the Little Bake Company, I think? Yeah, she is, isn't she? The Little Bake Company, Becky, and she does blondies and brownies and that kind of thing. So we had that the day after. You'll be rolling me to Christmas. And then while I was there for my lunch after the Cornish pasty, I had one of the Artful Bakesters frangipane mince pies. I'm going to be looking like Mr. Roly-Poly. So I shall have my little badge on. Come and see me tomorrow. Come and see me tomorrow at the market. So that's Cleveland's market. Oh, and the veg from Strong's. I gave him a shopping list and I said, there you go. And he brought it back to me. Beautiful stuff. Absolutely beautiful.
Need washing.
No, very clean, beautifully fresh. Really nice.
Like it used to be.
Market is 9 while 3 winter hours on a Wednesday, because obviously it's going dark early, so the outdoor traders are packing up early, so you need to be sort of, depending on the weather, 2:30 for the outdoor ones, but 3 for inside. Indoor stalls will be there come rain or shine every week. Obviously outdoor stalls struggle with, what do they struggle with? Wind. That's it. Right, so speaking of wind, that was perfect timing, that were a fabulous cut, that, to what I'm going to tell you next. Jane the Celt has been sending me some bits and bobs this week. So it's nice to see you back, Jane. Nice to see you back. And she's been gardening, apparently. She's been getting her husband into the swing of allotment gardening, and she's been having him. In fact, when you're done with him, Jane, send him here and he can sort out our garden, because, well, let's put it this way, it looks like autumn. So 2 things that she'd found. She'd found some poo wrapping paper, because all you regulars will be familiar with the Bristol stool chart, which our dog is very familiar with currently with this new food he's eating. because of his bladder stones, is doing a beautiful number 4 each time he goes to the toilet. He could win prizes for it. So we've done much talking about the Bristol stool chart, and Jane informed me. Anybody that wants some? Anybody that wants some? Yes. In fact, this needs a drum roll. Are you ready? Drum roll. Anybody that wants to buy some that is so impressed with it, I can't quite remember what the thing was. But on Etsy, one of the vendors, I can't quite remember what it was called, but one of the vendors is selling pool wrapping paper. Now, can you imagine anybody buying that? It's all kinds of sort of wildlife poo. So I tried to blow it up and sort of look at it like that. And I did notice that one of them had got a caption underneath it that said squirrel poo. So I presume it's sort of the kind of poo that you would meet when you were on a walk. Laura's managed to stay out of hospital since the end of September. Wow! Well done. Just returned to rehab. Oh, I hope you're feeling a lot better, Laura. And Jane also sent me a thing about phone scams as well. So you need to beware, because this is the time of year. This is the time of year when the scammers are scamming. So keep your wits about you. Because I got one the other day, and I looked at it and thought, is that real? Is it not real? In fact, I sent it to T-Boy in training and said to him, is this real or is this not real? So apparently some scams have re-emerged and put their ugly heads above the parapet. Private number calls, scammers. Just a minute, put my teeth. Numerous people out there don't know how to block a call from a private number. I don't, actually, and I don't either. And if she finds out, she'll let us know. A private number isn't always a scammer, but always be careful. So if you get a phone call from a private number, you should always act with caution. Now, our local authority, our local council, when they ring, it always comes up as a private number. So, you know, they're not scammers, normally. And Jane says, personally, I don't answer any unknown calls. If it's important and necessary, they'd be swift enough to try again and leave a message. And even then, you'll need to check first and look online to see if it's a legitimate call or whether people are suspicious. And please, 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 whatever you do not fall for the "we've tried to deliver your parcel" rules. Because if anybody's tried to deliver a parcel and not managed to deliver it, they'll have pushed a card through your letterbox. They won't send you a text, generally. Right, so that's that. Right, birthdays. I've got some apologies. Today, because last week, if you remember, I felt like the Day of the Living Dead. So I did brew at 2 with a headache is the polite way of putting it, but believe me, it was. And everything had been kind of going all berserk, so I forgot 2 birthdays. So for that, I am in the doghouse. Woof woof. And I apologise for that profusely, but I do my best. So I need to apologise to Chelsea, who is Mel and Brian's daughter on the Isle of Man, and her birthday was on the 10th of November. And I also need to apologise to Terry Burkett's son-in-law, Kevin, whose birthday was on the 12th. That was last Friday. So apologies for that, people. I'm very sorry. I shall call myself chastised. And I will try harder next time. So we've got 3 today. So we need 3 rounds of applause. No. Are you ready? 16th of November, it is Terry Burkett's son Dean's birthday. Sorry, we've got 4. I can't count now. And on the 16th, it's his wife Michaela's birthday. So that's Dean and his wife. That's an expensive week. 2 consecutive. What's the chances of that? What's the chances of marrying somebody whose birthday is on the day after yours? That's got to be slim. That's got to be slim. And here we go with another birthday shout out. This is for our superstar poet John, and it's John's birthday on the 19th, which is this Friday. So John, I recommend that as it's your birthday on Friday, that you ought to go to Blackpool and join in with the huge launch of the Christmas celebrations in Blackpool, which all kick off on Friday. I think that they've organised it on that day especially for you because they knew it's your birthday. I think you ought to do that. Go ice skating. So we've got another one. And I'm not sure. I don't think Frosty's been on the live stream for some time. Are you there, Frosty? I don't think you're there today, are you? It's Frosty's birthday on the 22nd, which is next Monday. So happy birthday, Frosty, if you're watching it on catch up. James has just asked while we were talking, is the ice rink free? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. There's no such thing as a free lunch, but there's such a thing as a free bit of ice skating. And if you watched our Blackpool video yesterday, you'll have seen that it's quite a generous ice rink as well. It's not little. It looks just like ice. To look at it, I sort of put my head over the edge like that to look, and it looks just like ice. So I think it'll be good, that. I'm going to make a point. I'm going to make a point of making sure that I'm there on the days that it's open. It's open. I've not got my information with me. I think it's open Thursday to Sunday until the kids' holidays. But check, it's on the write up. So yeah, that's free. Free, free. So shall we finish off with a poem from John? John sent me a poem yesterday, actually, and this is about poetry and photography. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you sitting comfortably? Then I shall begin. Yes, I'm going to have a go at the skating, Laura. I'll go out with my big roll of bubble wrap, I think, and then if I fall over, I'll not break anything. Whenever I take my camera out, a notebook goes as well, as when I look around at the beautiful landscape, there's always a story to tell. Whether it be tale or poetry, when rhyme enters my head, I have to stop taking photos, putting pen to paper instead. How poetry and photography has made that perfect match. A verse, a photo, it doesn't really matter. It's the timing moment that I catch. Sometimes while having a spot of lunch, some words will enter my head, like words of natural beauty and scene, or a photo maybe instead. Poetry and photography, it's a bit like chalk and cheese, writing about the landscape or taking a photo that one sees. I often think how I got to this, writing poetry from the start, as my hobbies have joined together somehow, where poetry and photography are close to my heart. That's excellent. You've definitely got the knack for it. You see, if I sit on a bench and look at a beautiful view, I start thinking, I've not done this, I've not done that. Did I email so and so? Did I put the meat in the freezer and that kind of thing? Poetry would be the last thing. The last thing that I thought of. So that, I think, is more or less it. We've managed to do the full show without getting cut off. So we've done quite well there, haven't we? So it's time. It's time. Yes, I'll have a bash at vlogging on ice, shall I? I used to love ice skating. We used to do trips when I was at school. And we were quite near to the bowling alley at Firth Park in Sheffield, and the Silver Blades skating rink, which is not far from Sheffield railway station. And we used to take a bus trip, a coach, and we used to go bowling first, and then we went skating in one evening, and you know, coach full of kids. And I loved it. I always went. I always made sure that I'd got a seat on the coach. So I can't do the fancy stuff. I can go forward in a straight line at a reasonable speed, but I can't do any of this, you know, fancy crossing over stuff or turning around or going backwards or anything like that. Because as only me says, you don't want me with a sprained ear, because then I definitely wouldn't be able to. I won't be able to carry my camera. So I shall do a live broadcast again from the market tomorrow. We shall have a look and see, because I must admit my curiosity is killing me. We shall have a look and see how many people are there, how many stalls are there. And I've just had a Dear John from where I was supposed to be going on Thursday morning to do a video, but I've got one in the bank for Thursday, and then we'll see what the rest of the week sends us. So without any further ado, I shall put my spectacles on. Are you ready, people? We shall end today's proceedings. Smiling is infectious. You catch it like the flu. Once someone smiled at me today, I started smiling too. I passed around the corner and someone saw my grin. And when he smiled, I realised I passed it on to him. I thought about that smile, then realised its worth. A single smile, just like mine, could travel round the earth. So if you feel a smile begin, don't leave it undetected. Let's start an epidemic. Quick. And get the world infected. I thought I'd lost my ding dong then. See you next week, people. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.